Welcome to Stars and Scopes with your friend Uma. Now the moon is full in Pisces and Mercury goes retrograde in Libra on Saturday the 10th of September. So I thought rather than let the messages get lost in astrological translation, it'd be better if we sat cross-legged in my room with a candle in our jammies and I gave you a good old-fashioned tarot reading instead. Let's drop into our intuition. Let's explore dreamland together and let's get Pisces. Let's get psychic. If you'd like to support the work, you can always head over to buymeacoffee.com/UmaRuby and put some money in the tip jar. But other than that, relax and let's see what happens. Hello Capricorn. I'm getting a sense that there is something that's coming up from the depths. There's something that's emerging from inside of you, and in your shadow side, you've got options. You've got a wild side, an instinctual way to approach, and you've also got something more domesticated and more kind of measured and staid. There's two sides to your coin, Capricorn. And I think that in that way, there's sort of some anxiety that's cropping up around you. There's sort of a worry here that I feel, and there's also maybe a limitation that maybe is connected to that domestic side of life. Something's stirring in you and it's different to the way it used to be before. The life used to be one way. It used to be the doggy in this. But the anxiety that's building up is keeping you, it makes you feel trapped. It makes you feel sort of like bound and gagged, by this. And, think of swords as the thoughts, remember that? So it's sort of like too much information, too many boundaries in some way that you've put upon yourself. And you're kind of coming to this, if you look at this, it's really amazing because there's like the water that this creature is emerging from here that's being, the full moon is calling that creature from the depths. That water is also coming here in this anxious space. It's sort of spewing out from the earth. That earth is becoming quite unstable. There's a motion that is needing to be shifted here, and there's a way to approach it. There's a polite way, and then there's also a wild way. So this is Pisces energy, this card. The Hanged One is, again, isn't that too interesting? We've got two sort of spaces of feeling kind of like bound by something, two very different approaches. The Pisces way is to submit and to let it flow and to let whatever's happening around you and to find that space of like inner knowing, of like enlightenment to guide you through when things are feeling so difficult and when things are really closing in around you. The Pisces way is to let it happen and to allow some of that inner knowledge to show itself and to express itself. There's a lot of commonality between the moon and this figure's point of enlightenment. There's something about your emotions that you might be frightened of, Capricorn, which is a very funny thing to say to a Capricorn. But you're exhausted. There's something that you kind of can't hide anymore, or that you've got to work with. It's coming up in you. Shadow work is really good. It's really valuable. If you know your moon sign in your birth chart, that holds a great key to some of the shadow work that you're required to do in this lifetime. And all of the front and all of the protection and the diligence that you've had to maintain your sense of reality, what it is that you know, it's kind of got to give. I'm going to pull some more cards on this because I want to go deeper, but I hope that's kind of resonating a little bit with you. These Pisces readings have taken a really cool turn. I had to allow my wild one to come out in order to get them done, because I was struggling like this, but now I'm not. Right, tell me about the moon. Tell me about this doggy and this wolf. Look at that. The Nine of Wands again. Yeah, you're sort of this. What do you think is expected of you, Capricorn? What do you think that you need to prove? What are you proving time and again? What are you trying to protect with all your might? What facet of you is hanging on by a thread because there's sort of no protecting it anymore? And I got the Star in reverse too. You're feeling still in peril. You know, you haven't acquiesced. You haven't sort of released yourself to the flow of whatever it is that's coming. You're trying to prop up that tower. You know, it's busted, it's broken down, it's gone. Let it go. Stop hiding. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. This is like earth energy. This is Mother Earth, Mother Nature. This is Gaia. This is a really beautiful, regenerative space of growth. This is progress in a card. This could represent someone that's in your environment too. There could be someone around you that represents all of these things to you. And it could have something to do with this defensiveness. Maybe you're trying to block them out, block their energy out, or maybe you're trying to get to them, but you're doing it the wrong way. You're sort of doing it through protection rather than flow. I'm going to stick with me. My story gets better. Why is the Eight of Swords here, please, Spirit? The moon. And you can see, look at that, there's a different drawing, but there's the redhead and the brunette, and it's coming up. The Two of Wands. And the Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, look, you are on a mission. You're on a mission, and there's something that you need to admit to yourself in order to admit it to other people. And it's creating a real conflict for you and a real exhaustion is what I'm getting. You're exhausted at having to hide this, and it's not anything to be like frightened of or ashamed of. It's actually really beautiful. What is the wild side of your nature? I keep on coming back to that, the undomesticated, because the domestic hasn't really served you. The training that you've received so far in life hasn't served you. There's your natural side, your nature, your true nature is waiting to bust on open. So what is it that is holding you back, and what is it that you are not willing to celebrate about yourself, that you're concealing? There's a portal that's open to you at this Pisces full moon, Capricorn. And like, think of Pisces. Pisces represents your third house, the way you communicate. So that's, you know, you're very intuitive in that way of being able to translate information. So what have you recognized and what aren't you saying because you daren't? The Emperor energy for the Hanged One. This is power. This is more fire and more Mars. Interesting. And I've got 3 cards, but I'll take them. The Three of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you're moving on from this fixed energy. You're moving on from these shackles, whatever it was that you were protecting so sincerely because you thought you had to, and that was the right thing to do, and that was protecting you. You're sort of protecting. Yeah, it doesn't, you need to drop that because it's not protecting you. It's actually keeping you bound and keeping you in place and keeping you somewhere where you'd much rather not be. Capricorn, I see you looking out. You're into the distance. You're making choices here, and there's actually like a brand new beginning in love for you. There's a beautiful emotional offering that's just on the tip of your tongue that's waiting to enter your life, that's going to come in, and it's going to be with someone that you can be this wild child with. This new experience of yourself is going to have such like a grand welcome in this space. Tell me more about this Ace of Cups, please, Spirit. What is this Ace of Cups doing here? The Eight of Swords in reverse. Great. Okay, yeah, what else? Five of Wands, yep, cool. And one more. And the Hierophant. All right. Yeah, so you might have some more defending to do, but you're energized. You're away from the 9, which is just complete exhaustion, and you're back in action. You're back in being able to spar and be able to stand up what's right for you. This offering, this potentiality of like connection, of this emotional connection, this is coming from spirit, the universe. It's going to manifest in the body of someone here on this physical plane. It's going to be a great moment for you to like learn and to understand and to grow from. There's a lot that you don't know at this new stage, you know, and it's not to domesticate this wild animal, it's to really set it free. But I think it's the strategies that you're going to learn from this offer that are going to like keep you running, keep you going. You're going to be coming into contact with someone who's real loving, real caring, real emotionally available, and willing to listen to you and hear you out and guide you as best they know how from their experience into where it is, into this wild child. This anxiety that we've been feeling before and this inability to celebrate yourself is dropping away once you figure out where this offer is coming from, where you can find this spiritual offer manifested physically. So check it out. You are the wolf, you are the fox, you are the wild beast. Who it is that your nature, your truest self, is just champing at the gate to get out. And it's breaking down a lot of these barriers, a lot of these preconceived ideas of what it is that you thought you were supposed to do or be or present or whatever, you know, whatever this is, whatever is ringing in your ears, whatever you're hearing is what I'm telling you, you know. So, and sure, there might be some people with opinions. There might be some more sparring to happen. There might be some, you know, some competition here in some way, if that's a thing, competition. But you're not going to be exhausted. You're not exhausted anymore. You've reactivated, you've re-energized because you've come into alignment with who it is that you're supposed to be. And that is beautiful and wild and untamed and ready for this next cycle of life and this next way that you're going to express yourself. To have Mercury in retrograde in Libra, that's affecting your 10th house. So you know all about the 10th house, Capricorn. That's the house that you traditionally rule. That's the most public self. You know, that's work and vocation and legacy and career and the public self. Mercury, the messenger, is retrograde there. That gives us a great moment to reassess what messages it is that we're absorbing and to go over how it is that we are publicly perceived, how we wish to be publicly perceived from now on. What is the truth of that? What is the truth of that information? You're going to be set free, Capricorn. Maybe not at this Pisces full moon, but I tell you what, it'd be a great night to like try to ask for a sign or a clue or have a conversation you know? Like, think about this reading, think about what's come up for you, what images are swirling around in your brain, and where do you want to go? How do you want to activate that wolf, that wild one? Because they're waiting to be let out. You've got to let them out. The time is now. All right, that's the reading, Capricorn. Bye.